I applied in the beginning of wrestling season, like around there. I applied to a bunch of different schools, not really knowing where I wanted to go. Like I didn't have like a number one choice or anything like that, like most kids do. So I really had no idea where I wanted to go. I knew I wanted to go into a certain field, but other than that, I didn't have like a school preference. So when I applied, I didn't get into all of my schools, but I mean that happens. And over the past month, like I've narrowed it down to 4 schools. It was actually between University of Maryland, Virginia Tech, University of Delaware, and Stevens Institute of Technology. And the past couple weeks I've been visiting there, all those schools, and nothing really stood out to me. It was kind of like I had to decide, and it was tough. But I ended up choosing University of Delaware, and still unsure if I'm gonna wrestle there. They don't have they have a club team, so it's not like Maryland or Virginia Tech. Their D1 school is very competitive, and same with Stevens. I mean, Stevens is a D3 school, but it's still very competitive. They're a very good school, good team, and it's club wrestling is totally different. It's not as serious, not as competitive, and I don't know, that may end up being better because obviously focusing on schoolwork, education, that's definitely my first priority. But I don't want to leave wrestling. I've been around it my whole life. I've wrestled since I was in kindergarten. So if I join the club team, maybe just stick around with it just to stay with the sport. Well, when I was deciding, I had to do like what's good at this school, what's bad at this school, like where am I going to get the best education. Like college is supposed to be the best 4 years of your life, so obviously like social aspects played a big role. And like in the beginning I wanted to go to Maryland because their wrestling team is great, and I thought like I'm going to wrestle. But then I visited the school and it was just way too big. I didn't like it as much. And then I went to Delaware, and I kind of fell in love, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm going here. I wasn't exactly sure at the time, but I did like it. And I kept thinking about wrestling, and D1 is kind of like a job. It's like it takes over your whole life. You barely like do anything. You got to cut weight and all that. And like it's college. Like after this, there's really no wrestling. I'm not gonna go to the Olympics. None of that stuff. I'm not gonna go into MMA. So I had to really think like what I wanted more, like having a great experience in college and like getting a great job afterwards, or buckling down and just wrestling and having that consume my whole life. And I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do that. So while a club team might be perfect for me, like have great school, all that stuff, and wrestle on the side. It's if I wanted to, I could quit, but still be a part of it. So I felt like Delaware was the best choice out of all of them. I mean, the campus was great. Like it's like one of those traditional college campuses you see in movies. Like you see everyone, like the nice, beautiful day out, all the people around, like the grass areas, like just having fun and just loving like their college experience. And that's something I felt like I want to get at say Stevens, because Stevens is very tough like academically, and I feel like all the kids, all they do is study, and I feel like they never have as much fun. Well, granted, I would have had fun anywhere. It's just Delaware was different. It was like it seemed like a great balance of both education and having a good time, and just the best of both worlds. I may end up regretting it. I'm definitely going to miss wrestling. As I said before, it's been my whole life, but I just had to realize that it's pretty much over after college, even if I did do it. So I don't think I'll regret it that much, because what happened this past year in wrestling I was very happy with, and there's not really much else to do after this. Like if say I didn't do as well this year, maybe I would have wanted to go and wrestle more, but I feel like feel like I have accomplished what I wanted to, and it might have to be it for wrestling.